Simple question to begin with as we talk Manchester United. Has he and his team turned the corner?
They've started to turn the corner, but we have to see what Manchester United are like over the next few weeks. And I say this because as impressive as those wins were against both City and Spurs, and it can prove a foundation for turning the corner, as you put it. These are games that Manchester United would be motivated for, that those players would be looking forward to because of Mourinho and because of the obvious City link. But I feel as though I've been here before. Manchester United opened the season by beating Chelsea 4-0 and had me standing in this and the FC studio singing their praises and talking about their prospects for the course of this season. Yet we'd seen them regress ever since. And then every now and then you have a great performance or two. And you just wonder if this is Manchester United finding their level. As the old saying goes, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I'm just being a little bit cautious. I'm very impressed with what I've seen over recent weeks, but until you do that, week in, week out, against everybody, regardless of who it is or your motivations, that's where titles are won or lost. That's where, listen, Manchester United aren't in the business of winning titles right now. That's not their focus. But if you are to finish in the top four, it's not about what you do against the Chelseas, the Spurs, and the Cities. It's what you do against everybody else.
Right now, what is their level?
Right now, I see United finishing just outside the top four. You look at who the top four are, despite Liverpool, as we've said before, I think are going to win it. Leicester are playing the second best football in the league, continue to be fantastic. No reason to think that it won't continue to the end of the season. I still think City are the most likely to finish in the top four.
There's one spot available, basically, isn't there?
And I think, despite Chelsea's own stumbles over recent weeks, that they're the fourth best team in the league.
When you played Shaka in the top flight, talk to me about how much motivation you needed from a coach, because you spoke earlier about motivation and how it's not difficult to get up for games against Spurs and Man City. How much was motivation from your coach and how much was self-motivation?
But you always have a certain level of self-motivation just by
pride,
by virtue of your profession and you stepping out on the field and you're there to be counted. Now, it's difficult when you're a big club and you are almost expected to win, because oftentimes you feel that as a player. You kind of feel like, well, I'm here. We're going to win. The crowd thinks as much. The manager and his team talk, and certainly during the course of the week, in his own mannerisms and what he has to say. You know, we're going to. All we have to do is show up, and then but on the other side of that very same coin is you have teams coming to you or lining up against you, and this, especially when you're a club like Manchester United, is the biggest game of their month or whatever it is. The fans know that this is the one that they want to win more than any other. So you can't. It's in total contrast to your own approach, and that's where I think United in particular have come unstuck during the course of this season.
Do you think he has to win a trophy? Because they're one of the favourites to win the Europa League. Do you think he has to win a trophy to stay safe so that no one's talking about his future? Or just show progress between now and the end of the season?
I think that's all he needs to do, show progress. That, because as much as we've questioned his future and we've speculated on it to no end in the FC studio, everything you hear coming out of the Old Trafford boardroom is that he is safe, this is a long-term project, and Solskjaer is the man who's got the reins on that long-term project. So all you have to do is show progress.
The corner's been turned, according to Shaka, but still a long way to go.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.